Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late July, early August 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Saggies out there. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's shuffle it up one time, see what we got for you. My guides, talk to me about Sagittarius, please. And yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock. Let's see what's popping for Saggy, please, my guides. Nice and quick. For my friends, there it is. You ask and you shall receive, and we have this beautiful page energy starting us off here. Totally different than the other fire signs this week because there was a lot of mental action and heavy action for Saggy. I'm loving this. It's super creative and expressive. I love when we get this card. Now, before we really dive into all the different aspects of it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about it. So we have this individual here. Notice with that really cool hat, has the yin yang right on the forehead, holding a harp. There's beautiful rainbow colors coming out of the harp. So this could speak about creativity. A lot of you might be really throwing your energy into creative tasks. You might be just full of ideas and spunk in this time. This is a beautiful type of energy. Now, I do always link into page vibes, so just like pages, if it's not learning new things, new tasks, new endeavors, this could be all about communication, which has been a very big theme with all fire signs in recent weeks. But to me, this is just a great card of emotional expression. So if you've been going through a tough time, if you've been going through a trying time, or if you have a lot on your mind, Spirit could be asking you to really express that through some sort of creative process, whether it's doing art, whether it's doing crafts, whether it's writing, music, what have you. This is all about expressing those. Now, once again, it could still also be about learning new things and talking, but I say this is a very creative, good way to lead off a reading, regardless of what shows up, because even if we have challenges in the reading, that's a good piece we could take home. But let's get into tarot now. And as I always say, that first card doesn't make or break the reading, it's just a footnote. And yeah, I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright, then we'll get that intuitive juiciness flowing. So let's see what we got for you here, Sagittarius. What do we got for Saggies, please? And while we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled Karma Gets Served, and there were very, very powerful cards in the Sagittarius spread last week. Tons of karmic energy, tons of major arcana. A lot of you could be going through a lot of different life changes or big events in this time. So we're going to see if that settles down a little bit. I mean, as you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, right? Because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's. But there were karmic energies at play for sure last week. Let's get you 3 cards. Let's start you off, Sagittarius. Thank you. All right, yeah, we do have a card that could represent you in position 1. This is generally a positive card. We got the King of Wands. Doesn't matter if you're male, female, or anything in between. Very good for a fire sign reading. Let's get you 2 more. And I've been getting a lot of king energy in all the fire signs too, so I'm seeing similarities already. Yeah, here's that karmic energy showing up once again. We have the World, the bookend to the major arcana. So we're going to have to talk about that. Let's get you 1 more. So the powerful energy is still lingering here, Sagittarius, in one way or another. And we do have the 5 of Pentacles right here on the back end. You're going to want to watch out for people who are emotionally in a tough place. And that could also be a little warning about monetary issues. But let's not go there just yet. There's still a lot of detail we need to pull out of this. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, obviously I noticed the card that could be representing you right here with the King of Wands. We have a card that's, once again, karmic, cyclical, could speak about the close of some sort of cycle. Then we have this little warning about monetary things or work things on the back end with the 5 of Pentacles. So it seems like various different things. So just like last week, there's a lot of different topics, lots of different things going on, lots of different changes. But let's work our way through one by one. This is going to be a nuanced reading. Position number 1, we have the King of Wands. Like I said, this could represent you in my simplistic style. So the clarifier could tell us something that's coming your way or a way you might be feeling. This could represent other fire signs. So we're talking Leo, we're talking Aries. Could be even older male figures sometimes. But when I see the King of Wands, all kings represent control of their suit. What are wands about? It's your outer expression. This is a card of action, what you're putting your energy into. So yes, this is entrepreneurial. There's a lot of get up and go with this card, but Spirit could be asking you to really control who and what you're putting your energy into. What are you focused on? Are you wasting your energy or using it for good purposes? The King of Wands directs their energy in the proper place when we see it. Or you could be just trying to get a control of something, get something under control, get something, you know, that's a big vibe I get with this card. It puts out fires, so to speak. So interesting stuff. We'll see how it plays out as we move through the reading. Now, as we get to the center, we have the World, one of the most powerful, energetically cards in the whole entire deck. So you see this image. This is the last of the major arcana. So if you study tarot, you know the Fool starts it, the Fool goes on a journey. This is the end result. So when we see the World card, we do think of a culmination, all right? The build up to something, some sort of event. So when I see this, yeah, sure, it could speak about the close of something, the end of something, which I saw for you a couple weeks ago. So we've been seeing the World card a lot for the Sagittarius collective. There could be various things changing, various things ending when this card shows. The World is also very much spiritually protective, and it does have the karmic archetypes once again. So we still have that bleed over from last week. Whenever I see the World, I also think about the world itself, world events. So you might be focused on world events, what's going on in the world today. You might get stressed out by those things when this card is here. So as you see, there's a lot of different possibilities when we have the World card, okay? And I will say this, not all endings are bad. Not every cycle close is a bad thing. Now, as we get to the back end, we have the Five of Pentacles. All cards have positives and challenges. Now, a positive of this card could be somebody who is looking for a place to go, looking for a place to be welcome. This could be somebody who is searching. Like when I see this card, the positives of it is this is a seeker. This is a searcher. Some of you might be in the mode where you don't quite feel you belong in certain settings. A rough side of this Five of Pentacles could be somebody that is feeling lonely. This could be someone who is upset. This is someone who's sad. In some cases, this could even be someone who is angry or mad, but generally it could also be feelings of abandonment, like feeling left alone. So there's a solitude with this card and a seeking, looking for something. And there is a big warning here with the Five of Pentacles about work situations and your money. So make sure you're not spending willy-nilly. Make sure you have a budget in place with a card like that, because sometimes it could forecast or speak about somebody who's going through some financial difficulties. But with all that being said, I want to dive deeper, Saggy. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you. Let's see what's going on for Sagittarius, please. Yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that King of Wands here. Why is that King of Wands here for Saggy? And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Sagittarius, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, King of Wands time. What's that King of Wands here? High Priestess. Okay, very spiritual. A lot of you could really be like on some sort of spiritual path or be really trying to find yourself. To me, she is also a card of the hidden. She is also a card of secrecy. When I see the High Priestess, she's extremely intuitive, so I have several messages that are already building up here, Sagittarius. First and foremost, like I said, a lot of you could be on some sort of spiritual journey or feel like you're evolving or attaching to spiritual things much more easily. This could be a water sign you're connected to with the High Priestess. Another thing with this card, it could be Spirit saying like, hey, there's a lot of unseen energies affecting you. And this card has showed up in every fire sign reading. So I think a lot of the fire signs could be very much affected by unseen energies in this time. But a lot of you could be in sleuth mode as well. There could be something that's like surprising coming towards you or unexpected coming towards you. If not, you could be trying to figure out some sort of mystery when she shows up in the upright. So I know I just gave like 4 or 5 different messages, only take which one hits. I will say the ones I feel the most are, you know, the seeking, the connecting to spirit, energies affecting you, but also this surprising or unexpected energy coming in towards the Saggies. Let's move in towards the world. Whether it's events, whether it's situations, we'll see when we get to the World card. I feel like we'll get more detail. So why is the World here? Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Some of you could have been experiencing fallout with somebody very close to you. When the Two of Cups is here, you could be experiencing difficulties in interpersonal relationships with the Two of Cups in reverse underneath this world. I do feel like for a lot of you, there might be somebody who could be getting on your last nerve. Same could go for cross watchers too, right? Just take it how it hits. But I feel somebody who's like, all right, you're getting on my last nerve. Or like, I'm almost fed up here. Like, yes, this could indicate an ending or a romantic split, but I do feel like it's somebody like, all right, I've almost had enough. Like, you're getting on my last nerve here, and something is going to have to give, okay? Like, something's going to have to give. Could it be this surprising, unexpected energy evolving into a situation that is the tipping point or culmination? Possibly, because remember, I did say it in the very beginning, the World card is a culmination where something reaches a fever pitch. So for a lot of you, yeah, that's just the vibe I'm getting. There could be someone really testing you or testing your boundaries in some sort of way. We're going to keep moving, all right? I'm not going to really keep piling on here, but we'll talk about it more during the recap. I think you get the point. I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. So let's see what's going on with the Five of Pentacles. And we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. If that's not you, like getting fed up with someone, there's just someone in the midst that is just like really pushing their luck in some sort of way. Let's see why that Five of Pentacles is here before we do our recap and shadow card. Thank you. I mean, something's going to boil over. That's just the big vibe I'm getting here. And I've been feeling this culmination since like the center, since the beginning when I talked about this world. We have the Five of Wands in the upright underneath this Five of Pentacles. So for some of you, I'll get into the secondary messages as well. But the initial first thing I felt here is that somebody is going to be much more aggressive than the other. Yes, there's going to be an aggressor. There's going to be someone that's a little more passive. There's going to be someone who is hurt. There's going to be someone who is mad. Right? Like, I feel like it's that give, take, where there's two people and one takes something much differently than the other, where one person is like sad and upset and down in the dumps. Another individual could be very much angry. So when I was talking about possible unexpected issues and situations, it could come to a fever pitch and erupt, or it could be an explosive situation happening, especially with the double fives on the back end. Because repeating fives to me, they represent change, but also similar to the Tower, it's a little jarring, it's a little shocking. Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles, yeah, that's the main thing I'm feeling here. Something erupting or exploding, coming to a fever pitch, and this could be someone who is very angry right here or mad. That's a big vibe. Aside from that, this could be somebody maybe trying to do their best to fight against some sort of crappy work situation, or someone who's trying to resist a tough money situation. This could be arguments and fights in regards to finances. Like, we have a lot of stuff happening on the back end that's not super savory. But the one thing I will say is that this energy will pass. Okay, even though this energy is angry right here, that's fire energy, and that tends to move past pretty quickly. Let's go through and do a quick recap, Saggy, because I'm picking up lots of different things. Only take what applies for you. And remember, you could check your other alignments as well. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we have the King of Wands with the High Priestess in the upright. The High Priestess has been in every fire sign reading this week. The main vibes I was feeling here is there could be energies you don't quite see affecting you. You could be on some sort of spiritual path, of course. But if you're not like investigating something or really diving into a mystery of some sort, I do feel like there could be surprising or unexpected things popping up when she shows up underneath you. But just know you could be extra energy sensitive. Moving to the center, we have the World with the Two of Cups in reverse. Issues in interpersonal relationships, someone that you hold very closely with the Two of Cups in reverse. The big vibe I was picking up here is like someone could really be pushing their luck or be on your last nerve. Like, you could be at that point where it's like, okay, you're doing too much, or you're pushing it too much, and your patience is very much wearing thin, or someone's patience is wearing thin. But it's not the nicest, okay? Whether this is something that has happened, an ending of some sort, or something that could be coming up. Now, when we get to the back end, we have the Five of Cups with the Five of Wands in the upright. Yes, something possibly coming to an eruption or an explosion, a fever pitch of some sort, where two people handle it differently, where one person is angry, one person is sad. They're handling it in different ways. This might be long lasting, the sadness, but the anger could subside pretty quickly. But rough on the back end, that's a rough energy. So please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you a shadow card, Saggy. And yeah, maybe this is people around you as well. Remember, this doesn't all have to be your energy. But let's see what's in the shadows for you. Shuffle it up one time. What's in the shadows for Sagittarius? And I always like to end off a reading with a shadow card, whether it's something within yourself, whether it's something you don't quite see. I always feel like it's a nice introspective thing to look at. Maybe it deals with the other cards we're looking at. So let's see what's in the shadows for Saggy, please. Okay, yeah, there it is. Thank you. Okay, we do have the 10 of Cups showing up in the shadows. Generally a very positive card. So for some of you, I do feel like this is like a little shot in the arm from Spirit, especially if you're going through a tough time. If you're going through a depressed time, this could be Spirit saying like, hey, you will be happy. Everything will be fine eventually. This is generally a card of emotional fulfillment and happiness. So we could take this as a very big positive that whatever it is you're going through is temporary. It's not permanent. And the 10 of Cups tells us that, right? There is our happy ending. We could all seek it and we could all move towards it. But a thing with the shadow side of this is, one, be careful what you wish for. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. So like, keep that in mind. When whatever it is you're dealing with, whether it is work, whether it's relationships, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you manifest into your life. Make sure you're very specific about what you want. And another thing with this 10 of Cups, watch out for being too nice, too kind, giving too much of yourself, giving too much away, or this could be a card that represents overindulgence as well. So make sure you're not overindulging in things. But yeah, Saggy, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. For the August subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 3 winners for 3 different tarot decks. It will be a winner's choice this month. So if you want the Gilded Tarot, it's your choice. If you want the Witch's Tarot or anything under $40 US, 3 winners will be chosen. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments what you think is the best use for tarot. Speaking to spirit, shadow work, inner work, confusion. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, in August, I'll announce the winners of my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. I'll see you soon.